Welcome, my name is Steve, and I'm going to be documenting my journey through the study guide of Reasonable Faith by Dr. William Lane Craig. So if you haven't seen the book before, this is what it looks like. And if you don't know who Dr. Craig is, I encourage you to just take a look at him. He's on YouTube and all the other social media platforms. So Dr. William Lane Craig is a Christian apologist and philosopher. And he's written several books, but Reasonable Faith is sort of his signature work. And it includes a study guide, which is just printed. It's a bunch of questions printed in the back of each chapter, which you can answer. But you can also go to his website and just download all the questions. And so I did that. I put it in Google Docs, which just makes it a lot easier for me to take notes on. So I'm just going to go ahead and document my journey going through the book here. And you're welcome to participate. So the first actual set of questions comes in the preface, which usually I don't think anyone ever reads, but I'll just go through it. So there's 3 questions. The first one is, what are the 2 approaches to apologetics that the book does not address? And there's 2. There's a historical bit, that's one, and the second is kind of an evangelical system. So by historical, I mean that we're not going to say that like in 1906, so-and-so wrote this apologetic book, and 1922, another leading thought person wrote another book or on apologetics. So it's not going to go through a history of that size. And the second is, it's not going to go into like an approach for actually doing evangelism. So you're not going to see in the book, if he says such and such, you say this back, or if he has this tone, then you take that tone. So it's not actually any kind of strategy or role playing or anything like that. It's just information on how. It's just information, basically. So the next one is, how is the book actually structured? So I think there's 20 chapters or so. But anyways, they're grouped together around, around topics of theology, which they're called loci communis in Greek or Latin, which just means commonplaces. So for example, it's going to go around the doctrine of Christ, the doctrine of the authority of Scripture. Is going to go around the doctrine of eschatology, and just these different doctrines, and it'll go through all the different major topics about that. So the last question there from the preface is, how is each chapter structured? And so each chapter has 4 parts. The first part is a historical overview of all the thinkers about that. So if you're studying the doctrine of Christ, for example, you'll get all the major thinkers about that. The next is Dr. Craig's own personal view. And the third one would be Dr. Craig's experiences while sharing this material in an evangelical setting, and just his thoughts on that. And then the last one is just a list, bibliography of all the sources and books that he cited in the chapter. All right, that's all for the preface. Join me next time. Thank you.